Do you know what this number on the screen is? 960. On average, that's the total number of months a person who lives to be 80 years old gets. Just 960 months to experience everything in life. It might sound like a lot, but the reality is sobering. If you're 30 years old right now, you've already used up 360 of those months. Here's a question that has kept me up at night, and maybe it will haunt you too. What have you done with the months that have passed? And more importantly, what will you do with the months you have left? Most people are living in a state of sleepwalking. They drift through days, weeks, and years, with a dangerous thought: I'll do it later, I'll get to it when I have free time, someday. But someday is a sweet lie we tell ourselves to hide a harsh truth. We are letting our lives slip by meaninglessly. This video isn't another empty lecture on time management. I'm not going to tell you to wake up earlier or work harder, no. This is a revolution in thinking. In the next few minutes, I'm going to give you the tools, the secrets, that I had to learn through countless mistakes. It will help you break the chains of procrastination and fear, so you can truly live, not just exist. Watch this video to the end, because today is the day you take back control of your life. Part 1, The Invisible Trap. Why does time fly by so fast? Have you ever wondered why, as a child, a single summer seemed to last forever, but now, an entire year flashes by in the blink of an eye? You're not imagining it. Imagine your brain is a dense jungle. Every time you do something new, take a different route, learn a new skill, meet a new person, you're clearing a new path in that jungle. The brain has to work, to record, and that makes time feel like it's slowing down. But as we get older, we fall into a deadly loop of routine. The same commute to work, the same breakfast, the same familiar TV shows. Gradually, the paths in our brain turn into well-worn trails, and then into sprawling superhighways. Traveling these roads requires almost no energy. The brain switches to autopilot mode. The days blur together, creating bland weeks, empty months, and ultimately, stolen years. We mistake busyness for effectiveness. We fill our schedules with meetings, emails, and trivial tasks. We pride ourselves on having no time, but in reality, we're just running on a treadmill, sweating a lot, but going nowhere. So, how do you escape this trap? How do you get your brain to start recording your life again? The answer isn't in doing more, but in living more deeply. Part 2, The Guiding Map. What is your legacy? Years ago, I had the chance to talk with an incredibly successful CEO. He had everything society deems the pinnacle of success: a multi-million-dollar company, a mansion overlooking the sea, a sleek sports car. But in his eyes, I saw no joy, only a terrifying emptiness. He told me, my whole life, I chased numbers on a balance sheet. I thought that when I had it all, I'd be happy. But now, standing at the top, I realize I've sacrificed everything: my health, my family, and my true passions. If I were to die tomorrow, who would people remember me as? A money-making machine? What a pathetic legacy. His story was a wake-up call for me. It made me realize a bitter truth: society has lied to us about the definition of success. It tells us that success is about titles, money, and status. But those are fleeting, career values. They can fill your bank account, but they can't fill your soul. True success lies in legacy values. It's the story that others will tell about you when you're gone. They won't talk about how you worked late into the night. They'll talk about how you made them feel, the impact you had, and the values you sowed in this world. Now, I want you to do an exercise that could change your life forever. Take out a piece of paper and a pen. First, write the eulogy you want people to read about you. What do you want them to say about the person you were? What impact did you have on your family, friends, and community? How did you live a life of courage, authenticity, and truth to yourself? Write with detail and emotion. Don't hold back. Done? Now, flip the paper over. Write the eulogy for the life you are currently living. If nothing changes, if you continue on this path, what will people write about you in 20, 30 years? Be brutally honest with yourself. Now, compare the two versions. The gap between them is the gap between the person you aspire to be and the person you are right now. That gap might be painful, but it is also the most powerful motivation for you to change. Your life is a story. How will you change your script, starting today? Sharing insights like this is the passion I want to bring to you through the VinhPeak channel. If what I've just said has resonated with you in some way, please take a second to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so we can continue this journey of discovering and building a more meaningful life together. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you won't miss any videos. Part 3, The Forgotten Superpower, the Power of Presence. We live in a world of distraction. Phones, emails, social media, they are constantly screaming for our attention. We can be sitting at dinner with our family, but our minds are in an upcoming meeting. We can be on vacation at a beautiful beach, but we're busier taking photos to post online than actually feeling the sand beneath our feet. The most precious gift you can give someone is not your time, but your energy and your full presence. I'll never forget one evening when my little daughter excitedly showed me a drawing she had just made. Instead of looking into her eyes and listening, I distractedly replied, "That's beautiful, sweetie," while my eyes were still glued to my phone, answering an urgent work email. She went quiet, then shuffled back to her room. A few minutes later, when I realized what I'd done, I went into her room and saw she had crumpled up the drawing. The look of disappointment in her eyes that moment was like a knife to my heart. That email, the next morning, I couldn't even remember what it was about. But that moment I lost with my daughter. I will regret it for the rest of my life. From that day on, I set a rule for myself, the 5-minute presence rule. Whenever I interact with the people I love, especially my family, I dedicate at least the first 5 minutes completely device-free. Just me, them, and a real connection. You'd be amazed at the difference it makes. People don't need you to be with them all day long. They need you to truly be there when you're with them. Be where you are. Practice this. When you're talking to someone, truly listen. When you're eating, truly savor the food. When you're taking a walk, truly see your surroundings. By mastering the art of being present, you will turn ordinary moments into priceless memories, instead of letting them slip through your fingers. Part 4, Unleashing the Giant, Confronting Your Fears. What is stopping you from changing the story of your life? What's keeping you in a job you hate, a toxic relationship, or an unfulfilled life? The answer is one thing: fear. Fear of failure. Fear of judgment. Fear of uncertainty. Fear of not being good enough. Fear is the greatest thief. It doesn't steal your possessions, it steals your dreams. It whispers lies into your ear: you can't do it, it's better to be safe, what will other people think? And we believe it. We live our lives as prisoners of fear. The result? We reach the end of the road with a heart full of regret. They say the graveyard is the richest place on earth, because it's filled with countless ideas, inventions, and books that were never written, all because their owners were too afraid to start. Don't let that happen to you. Success is not the absence of fear. The most courageous people feel fear too. The difference is, they learn to act in spite of it. And here's how you can do it. I call this the Face the Demon exercise. It's based on the principle that what we don't define controls us. Take out that piece of paper again. Write down one action you know would improve your life, but you're too afraid to take. For example, quit my job to start a business, end a toxic relationship, or start my own YouTube channel. Now, divide the page into 3 columns. Column 1, define the nightmare. Write down all the worst-case scenarios that could happen if you take that action. Don't shy away from it. Be specific. Will you fail miserably? Will people laugh at you? Will you run out of money? Look the demon straight in the eye. Column 2, prevention plan. For each terrible scenario you just wrote, think about what you could do to prevent it from happening, or at least minimize the chances of it happening. If you're afraid of running out of money, you could build a 6-month emergency fund before quitting your job. If you're afraid of failure, you could start your project as a side hustle first. Column 3, repair plan. This is the most important column. If the worst-case scenario actually happens, what will you do to fix the situation? Would you go back and apply for a job? Would you learn from the failure and try again? Would you realize who your true friends are? When you have a repair plan, fear loses its power. It's no longer an invisible monster, but just a manageable risk. After completing this exercise, ask yourself one final question: what is the cost of inaction? What will your life look like in 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, if you let fear continue to control you? Often, the cost of inaction is far more terrifying than any failure. Part 5, the ripple effect. A great life starts with ordinary days. We often think that to change our lives, we need to make extraordinary leaps. But the truth is, our lives are shaped by what we do every single day. How you live your day is how you live your life. Don't try to change everything at once. That only leads to failure and frustration. Instead, choose one leverage habit, a small action that can create a positive ripple effect across other areas of your life. For some, that might be 10 minutes of meditation each morning. It helps them find calm, focus, and make better decisions throughout the day. For others, it might be writing down 3 things they're grateful for each night. It shifts their perspective from negative to positive. Or it could be as simple as a 20-minute walk every day. It not only improves physical health but mental health as well. Pick one small habit, so small that you can't say no to it. And commit to doing it every day. Don't worry about the results. Focus on the process. When you master your day, you begin to master your week, your month, and eventually, your entire life. And on that journey, don't forget to invest in your most valuable asset, your relationships. A nearly 80-year-long study by Harvard University showed one thing clearly: the greatest predictor of happiness and health isn't money, fame, or IQ, but the quality of our relationships. Good relationships keep us happier and help us live longer. Think of your relationships as an emotional bank account. Every compliment, every act of kindness, every moment of listening is a deposit. Don't just reach out to people when you need something. Be the one who gives first. The journey of building a meaningful life is not a solo one. That's why I created this VinhPeak community. I believe that when we share, learn, and support each other, we become so much stronger. If you're not yet part of the community, hit subscribe and turn on notifications right now. Leave a comment below, share a fear that has been holding you back, or a small habit you're going to start from today. I will read every single comment. Your masterpiece awaits. Life isn't about finding more hours in the day. It's about living more fully in the hours you have. Time will pass anyway, whether you use it wisely or not. Your habits become your days. Your days become your years. And your years become your life. Don't wait for someday. Don't wait until you have more money, more time, or until the stars align. The perfect moment never comes. The best time to start living a life you're proud of is right now. Pick one idea from this video that resonated with you. Just one. And take action. Immediately. Write your eulogy. Do the face the demon exercise. Send a message to a friend you haven't spoken to in a long time. Start one small habit. The clock is ticking. Your life is not a dress rehearsal. It's the one and only performance you get. Make it a masterpiece. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.